What is going on, guys? We are back with another DSP video. My god, he's lost his damn mind yet again for multiple different reasons. First, we're going to start off with the end of RPG overload. So Like a Dragon's done, Baldur's Gate 3 is done. Now he's gonna go back to Dragon's Dogma 2 and his Elden Ring playthrough. But people were not happy. They wanted Final Fantasy 7. So we have this here from Poland's Future. Remember, this is the guy who championed how he finished everything he starts because he wasn't like everyone else and actually appreciated his audience. So we have Preem here in his chat. That's a slap in the face for people who watch your FF7 playthrough. How can you leave it incomplete like that? You always said you finish playthroughs once you're in. Of course, what he's referring to is that DSP is dropping Final Fantasy VII completely. He's not going back, even though it outperformed Like a Dragon.
You'd like me to ban you now or later, because I just said I don't want anyone bitching about this, and you're bitching, and I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm not going to have anyone bitching about Final Fantasy VII. At all. Zero. Every complaint I get about it, I'm going to say shut up, because I'm not killing my business over this. And if you say it another time, I'm going to ban you. Because I've just had enough of this entitlement. Oh, I just want what I want, nothing else. And I'm going to sit here and whine and complain. But I just told you the rationale of why we're not doing it. Respect that. No, I want it anyway. Shut the fuck up now. Now I'm telling you, shut the fuck up. I literally just had my channel dying for 4 fucking months. I'm not doing it again because you're going to be entitled about it.
Remember, keep in mind, he always said past few months, the channel is hurt because of the Argentina memberships. Now he's saying the channel's been dying because of RPG overload. Now keep in mind, Phil is the one running the channel. He makes the decisions. So if your business is hurting and it's dying like you said because of the games you're playing, that's your choice. You should play something else. You can't complain your business is dying because the games you're playing and then refuse to play something else. Then we got yet another DSP retcon. This is about him taking away the bubbles. Remember? Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. How about I take the bubbles and shove them right up your ass? Remember that? Well, he's now saying that it distracted people from the content. The truth of the matter is, everyone saw him as a joke. They were laughing at him because of the bubbles. And his ego wouldn't let him continue blowing bubbles. Remember, he even bought 2 guns to shoot out bubbles. But now, he has a new excuse for not blowing bubbles anymore. Remember the bubbles he begged you for every single stream until you clicked the like button enough to shut him up? Until he finally came to the conclusion that the likes he wanted in return didn't actually matter? Guess whose fault them ending was?
Other things.
Yeah, Jinx, we don't do bubble blowing anymore because it just makes too much of a mess. Like, I liked doing it last year, but basically what happened was there was a few times when it got like all over my stuff, and then I had to like scrub it clean because that bubble stuff, it's really gross and sticky. You don't want it on electronics and stuff. And after having scrubbed the office like 3 separate times last year, I just got so tired of it. And honestly, there's people who sadly, they make the whole stream about it, which is really stupid. Like, here we are in the finale of the game, and they'd be like, hey, Phil, you hit 100 likes. Hey, Phil, you hit 100 likes. Hey, Phil, you hit 100 likes. 100 likes. You can do bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. Like, dude, shut up. Like, I'm not here to push bubbles. I'm trying to put out an entertaining stream, play a game, right? It just became too much, so yeah, we don't do it anymore. It is what it is.
See that, guys? It's because he's too lazy to clean and his viewers are entitled and demanding. And then we get to the night chat. We have this from Gout Gout. DSP yelling at chat, night edition.
Tubs, if you want to see me watch game trailers, submit them on my React show every Saturday or Sunday. That's what the point of the show is. It's funny because people are like, are you going to react to this? Are you going to react to that? Did you watch this trailer? Did you watch that trailer? I'm like, you know I have a whole show of reacting, right? Like every Sunday we do it. Why not have that be the submission for the show? I don't get why people ask me to do this stuff outside of the realm of content I'm already making. Why not just have it be the content? Tubs, if you... Sarah, I swear to God. Sarah, I swear to God, if you say I have to play Stellar Blade one more time, I'm just going to ban that word from chat so no one will ever be able to type it. I'm meaning it. I've had enough. I've already said my piece on Stellar Blade 700 times. You know I'm not playing it. Stop talking about it. Dang. Oh my god. If you want to know what upcoming games I'm playing, watch the podcast. That's where I talk about it every day. People ask me exactly the same stuff I've explained for days on end, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Tubs, I literally know nothing about Sandland. I have not paid any attention to other RPGs because I've been in RPG overload, so I'm not paying attention to any fucking RPGs outside of what I've been doing. I have no intention of starting any new RPGs anytime soon. That would be really fucking stupid. So, my focus right now is Dragon's Dogma 2, that's my RPG, and then balancing it with all other kinds of games. Through Dragon's Dogma 2, then we can talk about other RPGs. I don't even want to hear the name of a fucking RPG right now. Seriously. I don't care. I'm that burnt out. I don't want to hear another fucking 20 RPG names. I'm tired of this shit.
So one of my favorite moments of the year so far, and one of the most hilarious of 2024 so far, is when DSP, in his words, the game's glitched or he accidentally got gay married in Baldur's Gate 3. So I put this out. Back in the summer, DSP said people only talk about BG3 because you can have sex with a bear. DSP ended up marrying the guy who becomes a bear, lol. And remember, this is also around the time where he said, when Starfield comes out, no one will ever talk about Baldur's Gate 3 ever again. He also said it will not be nominated for Game of the Year, it will not win Game of the Year. Starfield, even if it's in a bad state, will be nominated for Game of the Year. My god, that has not aged very well. Then we have this from Meowblocked. DSP and husband on snow trip and shows Phil and the bear together in blissful marriage. And we have Meerkat here. So DSP got the good ending in BG3, right? A sexless gay marriage seems like a perfect fit for him. Great playthrough, Phil. So now, not only does Phil think the game tricked him into gay marriage, and that it was a glitch and whatnot, he now calls BG3 a sexual predator.
Paulson is home to me. I told you guys. You keep saying that there's no romance. There is. Literally, here's another fucking dialogue option. Paulson is home to me. The game forced a homosexual relationship on my character, even though I didn't choose it. It forced it on me anyway. So that's pretty fucked up. Imagine if I was a serious role player and I was trying to be serious. You know what I'm saying? And then the game did this to me, I'd be upset. Personally, I don't give a shit. I think that the game is flawed in a lot of ways, and the romancing is one of them. That's a huge fucking flaw. I never chose this whatsoever, and the game just did it anyway without my permission. So the game essentially is like a sexual predator.
And then DSP showed what kind of a husband he actually is. So in-game, his husband, his loving husband who loves him with all his heart, decided to give him a gift he made himself. And DSP did the most DSP thing ever. And we have this from Next Gen Guy. Phil's been out of the game so long, he doesn't even realize when he's flirting with a man, and is so uncomfortable that he must throw away the duck he was given to him in-game, like the virtual duck might have given him AIDS or turned him gay in real life.
Ducks are my favorite.
He whittled a duck?
I thought they were particularly fitting in
He
this case.
whittled you a duck?
They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons.
Oh my god. He whittled you a duck.
They always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
You're like, oh, look, it's lovely. Here, watch it float. He whittled you a duck. This may fetch a modest price from a merchant with poor taste. I'm gonna say, you're a sentimental creature at heart, you know that?
Oh, I am well aware, trust me. Now, I've taken
Oh
up
my
enough of your
god.
time. Go on, enjoy the festivities.
This guy is something else, man. I got a whittled duck. A duck whittled out of wood. It smells of the deep forest. Hey, Scratch. I got something for you, boy. Hey, Scratchy. Hold on, boy. I got something for you. You ready? You gotta look at this. Look at this new thing I got. Here you go. Ready, boy? And go fetch. Go ahead, boy. All right. Good boy.
Scratch yaps a request you know well. Fetch.
What a good doggo. That's right. He knew what I wanted. boy. Too bad we can't talk to him because there's no more potions of talking to animals. By the way, the duck's gone. Look, it's literally gone. It disappeared. Right? Yeah, it's gone from the universe. Scratch, he played catch with it. It's just disappeared. Wow. Well, it's not like we're gonna miss it.
How dare you, Phil? You took sacred oaths to that man. He loves you. You should love him back, Phil. And then despite someone gifting him the game so he didn't actually buy it, despite making like $6,000 or $7,000 on his playthrough, despite all that, DSP was complaining because the views on demand dropped off. And he started talking about how he would like games more if he got more likes on them and views and support.
Like I said, I definitely liked it, but I wasn't in love with it like a lot of people. Maybe if I was a D&D fan, I would have been in love with it. Or maybe if I was used to this more strategic style RPG, I would have loved it. And definitely, I'll tell you this, if I wasn't a variety content creator, if more people were along for the ride with me and would have attended the streams and it would have felt like more of a community vibe, probably I would have liked the game more. But what happened was, after the first few weeks, people just started complaining. It's too much of the same thing. It's too long. It's too boring. It's too long. You know what I mean? And that makes it harder to enjoy. I'm just being honest, you know? Like, if I'm playing a game and everyone's digging it, it makes it better experience for me. And in this case, this is a game that, after having played it for around a month, people just stopped coming by. It was the same group. I liked the core group we had for that game, but it was a small group, you know? I couldn't tell you, honestly, a case where I stuck with the game this long and the parts were getting like 200 views. It's ridiculous. Like, my videos get 300 to 500 views, and this playthrough right now, there's multiple parts of it in the last like 40 hours that don't even have 200 views yet. It's like, what happened, right? People just got tired of it. They got exhausted of the same game being so long. And again, that's my audience isn't used to that. So
then DSP went on a huge rant about how playing Baldur's Gate 3 almost killed his channel. That is right, the thing that has given him more money than any other playthrough in modern times almost killed his business. Despite not paying for the game, despite getting almost $10,000 for his playthrough, this guy is a fucking idiot. So we have this from Poland's Future. Playing video games on his video game channel would have likely put him out of business.
Watching 3 RPGs on this channel at once, that's insane. So other games have been choked to death by the other RPGs being too long and lingering. Okay? And that's just a fact. Okay? Is it good that people came by the Baldur's Gate 3 streams and supported them? Absolutely, because if they didn't, I probably would have gone out of business. But outside of that, the rest of the channel has suffered hugely. And so I need to build that back. I need to get back on track, and that's what I'm focused on now. Variety on this channel. Not RPG, 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 RPG. We're not doing that again. Okay?
Then we have this from JG Win. DSP's final haul for Baldur's Gate 3. Tips. $6,839 for the full playthrough. And then in 2024, just by that, $5,314. Super Chats, $1,139 throughout the full playthrough. And then in 2024, $968. Doesn't include legit memberships or ad revenue. Quite the sacrifice for DSP for his best performing game since Street Fighter 6 last summer. And we have this here. Philip, when was the last time you played the games you are talking about? When is the last time you praised them instead of looking for the faults they have? Why do you think all people do is sit around until they're in their 60s, watching movies and playing games?
And low budgets allowed them to innovate and do crazy things and then make better games. Today, everything is ruined by a boardroom of people. Mr. Burns, I gotta make money on this. We have to appease the shareholders, and then the whole industry gets screwed up. We just had the CEO of Xbox, Phil Spencer, actually just said in an interview at Game Developers Conference, console gaming is at a downturn, but I run a business and have to make profits. So the best way to do that is that we have to lay off employees until there's an upswing in the industry again. Phil Spencer, you are the CEO of Xbox. You're the reason the industry has a downturn. You're literally saying because you suck at your job, people have to lose their jobs. And that's okay in his eyes. And that's who's running gaming today. Not creative people who are able to make great games and innovate and make it feel fun, but people who sit in a boardroom, profits. And then when they mess up, they lay off employees. That's the gaming industry today. You know what I'm saying? It's not even anything like what it was like when they were making games back then. It's not even close. And that's why we have this. We have to get people who are creative back into positions of power. If we don't, gaming will just become a homogenized piece of crap, just like Hollywood is now, right? How many times in Hollywood do we see the same exact movie remade? How many Fast and Furious movies will there actually be until we realize we have to stop fucking making these games? How many Michael Bay movies that are exactly the same 3D formula movie? First it's Transformers, then it's fucking Ninja Turtles. How many more of these can we pump out until we realize there's no value to it? Yes, it makes money, but there's no value to what you're making. It's a worthless waste of everyone's time. You do realize you're going to die someday, right? Everyone out there who's watching, I'm sorry to shock you with this one. We're all going to pass away. We're finite creatures. And if we sit around all day with schlock in our day, you're going to find that you're like a 60-year-old person sitting alone. And what do I do in my life? I was watching crap. I was playing crap. I was doing crap. I didn't do anything meaningful in my life, right? Yeah, it's sad. It's freaking sad, man.
Now keep in mind, a lot of what he just said could have applied to himself and DSP Gaming, but of course he lacks self-awareness. And then people kept complaining, Phil, there's ads. Phil, there's so many ads playing at once. There's like every 6 minutes. And then he kept saying, oh well, too bad. I need the money. Get YouTube Premium. This is absolutely crazy. We have this here, mask off over ads now. Reminder, this all started because he wanted to take advantage of the increased ad revenue during November and December. Now, we are here.
I like how you guys are complaining about ads. You realize that the ads at maximum can play once every like 30 minutes, right? That's the most that it could play. Unless YouTube has reprogrammed their site, I have ads on balanced. So that means that it should be playing every 30 minutes once. So this should literally be the first ad you should see on the stream, because the stream's now been running for 30 minutes. So I don't know why you're complaining. But what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, I know you can't hear me talk during an ad. That's why I recommend you get YouTube Premium. The no-brainer. If you're going to watch a lot of streams on YouTube, get YouTube Premium. It's like, I don't know why you wouldn't. That's like sitting in your car listening to terrestrial old school radio, and you're frustrated that there's too many ads. Like, that's fucking old school radio. It sucks. There's a million ads. That's why everyone got satellite radio, or you sync your Spotify or whatever your listening device is with your car, so you don't have to listen to ads. Like, everyone does it. So why wouldn't you do the same thing with YouTube? That blows my mind.
Then Kirk keeps coming back, tipping under like 5 different names, keeps getting banned, keeps tipping Phil to get unbanned, Phil getting angry with him, and basically tells him, just make a new sock account. Phil, there is a way to solve this problem, but you're not willing to do it because it's going to cost you money, i.e. banning Kurt and all his accounts.
I received my first contribution of the night. It is a $1 tip from Better Call Darth Maul DSP Superfan. We're the same age, interested in the same things, both diehard gamers, and both are pet dads. Why have you blacklisted me? I haven't blacklisted you. You got yourself banned into oblivion a zillion times. There's no point in unbanning your account. It's just going to get banned again. As I said, if you have any kind of intelligence, what you would do is make a new account and come into the chat and not talk the way you've talked previously so everyone knows it's you. Literally, the moment you start saying ridiculous stuff that's not allowed, everyone knows it's you. So just don't do that, and then guess what? No one would bother you. But the problem is you keep making your presence known, and therefore I'm not going to unban you and have the whole stream be drama because of you. I refuse.
So we've seen how BG3 ended with that craziness with the gay marriage. However, Like a Dragon will not be outdone. In one of the most insane moments of 2024 so far, one of the biggest meltdown, rants, delusion, grandeur moments you'll ever see, we have the end of Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. We have the outsider here, holy fuck, this Like a Dragon 8 ending is so fucking insane. DSP really does see himself as some biblical type character who has suffered and struggled and nothing has ever been his fault. Unbelievable. This is beyond cringe, this is delusional and disgusting. Now get ready folks for the most delusional moment so far in 2024 where DSP tells us why Like a Dragon is exactly like his story. However, I guarantee this will be the most insane breakdown you've ever seen in your life.
Well, I said it at the beginning of this playthrough, and I'll say it now, and all the fucking garbage people of the world can laugh and make memes. This game 100% was parallel with my life. With the amount of people who just sit there online saying awful things about me, trying to ruin my life, trying to ruin everything that I do, right? For what? For what, really? Right? All the shit that's made up. The whole Tatara channel with him and for me. You know what I mean? And here we are at the end, and I kind of felt that's what the ending was going to be. Infinite wealth. Because they don't get rich during the game. But what it is, they build these friendships, they care about each other, and at the end of the day, they feel like they're the richest people in Japan because of what they have. Well, no one else understands that, right? The same thing with me. I'm never going to be filthy rich, but I've got a great life that I have with my family. I've got an awesome stream that I get to do with you guys every single day, and I'm happy. You know what I mean? I mean, things aren't perfect, but I'm happy. And that's what a lot of people on the internet who just want to make fun of me all day will never understand. It doesn't matter what they say or do. Look at this. Look at the screen right now. Look at the subtitle. Like, this song is like word for word applies to me. I'm just happy with what I have. That's where my true wealth comes from. Not from money, not from internet popularity or fame, but from having things in my life that I love and appreciate, and knowing that there's people who love and appreciate me. That's where wealth, true wealth, comes from in life, right? It's not about being at the top. It's not about doing the things that make you internet famous, popular, or wealthy. It's not about 10 years of failure. No, I'm way more wealthy right now in my life than I ever was in the last decade. You understand? But that's what people like them will never understand. They don't get it because they're losers. They just sit there and they arbitrarily judge their own lives based off of wealth and internet fame and popularity. And they look at someone like me and they say someone who's just been made fun of so much that they think, wow, that guy's just, he's a loser, he's a LOLCOW. No, don't you understand? If you have to get popular by bringing other people's down, you're scum. I'm better than you, and there's nothing you can ever do about it. I'm never gonna go away. I will always be around while people like that fail and falter and have these giant fucking controversies and things. I'm still gonna be here because I'm not all about that. I'm different. So go ahead and say what you want. I am wealthy. I'm rich. Just not in the way that you like to admit, because you can't fact in your head, your small-brained heads. You can never understand that there are people on this planet that think there's things more important than money or fame. It's just not what I ever wanted to be. When I started on YouTube 16 years ago, not for a moment did I think I'm going to make a piece of content that's going to make me money or it's going to get me famous. Not once. And never since have I had that thought. Ever. I'm just happy to be me on the internet, and the fact that people care about me is amazing, and the fact that I have a loving family that supports me is fucking unbelievable. It is. I'm the happiest man, man. I couldn't be, the only way I could be happier is if I could provide more for my family and have more time with them. That's about it. I don't care about anything else, you know? So hilarious to me that so many people, you know, on this, in the internet right now, they're working on it. Let's work on ways to make fun of Phil. Let's work on things that will expose his faults over the years. Let's work on this and that. It's all waste of time. It's all fruitless. It's all trash endeavors that don't mean anything. I will always be happy while those people will be fucking miserable because they have to make others look bad to get ahead. They have nothing positive to offer this world. And I do. And I'm happy for that. Okay? So thank you all for being along on this ride. And what I mean, this game has been a parallel to my life. As much as these losers would like to make fun of me for trying to make that comparison, that is directly a parallel. Kasuga getting made fun of at the beginning of the game, being misrepresented on the internet, something he's totally not, right? And then all along the game, you know, people not understanding that, you know, even though things are going wrong, that he still believes in people, he still has happiness, you know. But no one, people who are miserable don't get that. They'll never understand that. They won't. And at the end of the game, infinitely wealthy, even though he's not, you know, financially rich, he's wealthy because he has people who care about him and find value in him. That's being infinitely wealthy, right? And I have that, and I'm so grateful for that, guys. Thank you for that. Okay, let's finish this game.
And then Poem's Future sums this up perfectly. Philip, this game is about bad people living with the consequences of their actions. Literal killers and criminals. This isn't a game you want to FR over. That's why no one seeing you do this shit takes it seriously. Happy people don't have to reassure strangers. Man, what a ride that was. Hope you guys liked that. Click that like. Share the video. Leave a comment below. Hit subscribe. Subscribe to my other channels on the details of the end cards. And as always, hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. I love each and every one of you. Peace and love.